Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you 5 easy ways to use Jamboard. And now I'm going to be talking about the web version or the app version of Jamboard and not the actual physical whiteboard itself. So Jamboard, let me first show you how to open it. When you click on a new tab and you go over to the waffle, Jamboard is actually part of the G Suite. So if you scroll down, you'll see the icon with this yellow circle and orange rectangle. It's going to bring you to this page where it says loading your jam files. These are the jams I have so far. If I click the plus sign, it's going to bring me to a brand new jam. And this is where you can start collaborating and jotting down your ideas. I'm going to come back to my original Jamboard. And so what is a Jamboard? And Jamboard is basically an interactive whiteboard that you and your students can use to sketch your ideas, to drop images, to add notes while collaborating in real time. So you can also use the Jamboard as a digital notebook or a drawing pad. If you download the Jamboard app, there's actually more features on it that's kind of fun to play with. So let me show you the features of Jamboard first. Well, on the left-hand side, you'll see your tools. Here, this is where the pen, highlighter, marker, and brushes, and you are limited with colors. Here is your eraser. If you decide to draw something and make a mistake, this is the select button. If you dragged an image in and you want to select and shrink it, make it bigger, that's what you would use. This is the post-it, my favorite feature. You can choose different color post-it. Now, the thing I want to point out is when you start using it with other students, and there's a lot of you in there, the post-its, after you type, it gets stacked on top of each other on the top. All you have to do is click on the post-it and drag it away and place it where you need it to be. Then there's also the add image file. When you click on add image, you can upload from your desktop, do a Google image search, do a Google Drive search, or some of your recent work. And then here, this is the laser pointer. So you can, if you're discussing, I could use this to talk about this part is where the frame is. If I click on the top of the frame, this is where all my frames are of each of my slides. I can move them around. So I can swap my frames if I needed to. I can even click on the 3 dots and duplicate them, as well as delete them. And if I realize I missed something, I can actually click the plus sign in between and a brand new frame would pop up. So I don't need that. I'm going to delete that right now. Okay, and then we'll come back to my frame 3. All right. If you click on 3 dot up on top, okay, I'm going to click off of my pointer. Up here, right here where the 3 dot is, this is where you can rename your file, download as PDF, save frame as image, remove, make a copy, update, or send feedback. All right. And I click the next button. So one great thing about Jamboard is you get to share and collaborate. And the easiest way to share is up on top, click the share button. So there's 2 ways. You can either start typing your colleagues or your students' names up here. Let's say I want to share this with Michelle. I start typing her name and she'll pop up. Or Adeline, whoever it is. Okay, if I was doing small groups, I would just type their names up here individually. But sometimes it's a lot easier just to copy the link. And because I'm working within our domain at PS41Q, I could restrict it to only people at PS41 can open it. And when I click on that, I have to make sure that I change this to editor and not just a viewer. Okay, so I would click done. And oops, before I click done, go back to share. I will have to click copy link. Okay, so right here it says anyone at PS41Q, the Crotron School, will with this link can edit now. Okay, I'm gonna click done. Did I click copy? All right. And then I could paste that link in my Google Classroom or in my chat. We'll go to the next one. Did I miss a slide? Yes, I think I missed slide number 2. Okay, right here. The second great thing about Jamboard is you get to put backdrops and graphic organizers into the jam. And so the backdrop is right here. You can choose between dotted, and you can't really see it that well. So, oops, this is my laser. I'm gonna go back and click select. Okay, I can change it to line paper if you want to write something on lines. I could change it to squares. Can't see it that well, but these are all the choices that you have. There are also topics that you can choose from, graphic organizers. So when I click on the add image and go to share with, click back, sorry, Google image search, and I type in graphic organizer. If I know the specific type, I would be more specific. And then you could select which one you would like. They also even have something like an all about me. So if I click select, I could drop this and duplicate this frame 25 times, 32 times, so that each of my students can fill out their own all about me graphic organizer. You will only have to tell your students like, hey, so-and-so, you'll be on 1, and you'll be on 2, you'll be on 3. So those are things that you might have to share and tell them. If I don't want this, click on the 3 dots and delete. All right. The other great thing is after you throw the graphic organizer on, just like this topic, you could take a Post-it and share something that you learned, right? I want to know more about, click save, and then click off of the sticky note. Here I want to know more about, and where do you want to stick that? Okay. This link right here is actually in the PowerPoint slide, which I'll share later. Each of these are images that I downloaded from a PowerPoint slide. So the third reason is you get to annotate and analyze. So it's kind of fun. You can have an activity like this one throughout the solar system. You can either have them with their pen label the solar system, or use a Post-it for them to jot the planets names down, or you can even have the Post-it ready and then have them move them to the correct planet. So either one. This can act like a word box if students need. You can challenge them to write it on their own. It's actually a lot more fun to use probably the iPad app, because you might have a stylus, and using a stylus is a lot easier, especially when you write on a whiteboard. The fourth reason is it's great for small group work. Okay, so you could throw any type of work up on the Jamboard, and 2 or 3 students can work on each frame. And it could be what starts with A, use the Post-it, stick it on the letter, the picture, and then even write out the word for it, or even make their own list of A words. Or here, this is used for math. Label each of these lines and rays and line segments. So it's really easy for small group work. And the fifth reason is it's great for gallery walks and student celebration. So for instance, the class did a My Animal Research project. So each of the students' animal research project can be on each separate frame. And then students can take a Post-it and go to different frames and drop a glow and grow for their classmates. And then we can also drop a rubric in, and they can put the Post-it on where they think the animal research would fall in the rubric. You can also use this to celebrate artwork, or even have kids draw or create a birthday card for their classmates, or end of the year autograph book that you can use. So this is an easy way to get students to collaborate in real time. And it looks pretty nice because you can drag images from your Drive or from Google search right here in the add image. Now, if you're using the iPad app, there are ways that you can drag it from Google Drive, and it doesn't have to be just images. So that's the good thing and bad thing about the web-based version as opposed to the app itself. All right, that's it. Throw any questions here, and let me know if you have any other suggestions. Thanks.